everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to have a go at image transfer. Now, I've had success in the past doing this, haven't done it for a long time, but I'm going to give it a whirl. And I know it is a bit hit and miss anyway, so let's just see what happens. I'm going to use, this is Payne's Grey, yeah. So this is a, oh, the roller didn't want to go around, like a dark blue colour, so I might have to resort to a black colour, but I'm just going to give it a whirl and see what happens, because I don't know how much, whether or not you need more or less for this bit, so I think I'm just going to leave it like that. And I've got some pictures from Vogue, and I'm going to try, I'm just going to see what happens. Just going to put that on and see what happens. So, I can't remember if I'm supposed to leave this or take it straight off. Let me see, I think I'm supposed to leave it. Oh, I don't know, something's going on. I think I'm just going to take it off and see what happens. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got an image there. Now this is from Vogue magazine. I bought it on eBay because I don't get any magazines at all. And, you know, I'm not just... Also, I'm not a magazine, but I've never one for reading magazines, so I don't, you know, craft magazines maybe, but I don't really get those either. So I used to get Daphne's Diary, but I've stopped buying that. But I used to like that for the, you know, collage and things you can do with it. So yes, so I looked on eBay. Vogue magazine, I have heard, is supposed to be pretty good at image transfers. So we need to leave this to dry. I'm wondering whether or not I can just remove some of that paint up there. Not that it really matters, I'm not that fussed by it. I don't want a pristine image anyway, so I think I'll leave that. And while that is drying, that has to dry, and then while that's drying, let's clean the old brayer properly, because I'm going to go in with some lighter colours. Look at that. See, I thought that was clean. It's not clean. Let's try and put that on there. So yes, some good news, folks. Guess where I've been this morning? I've been and had my first COVID vaccine. So I'm very fortunate. I got a text from my doctor, I think on Thursday or Friday, I can't remember, and it offered me today or tomorrow as a date to go and have my first vaccine. So I went along today, and I had to get a lift from my mum and dad because I can't use my car, but so far so good. It feels better than a flu jab. Usually when I get a flu jab, that is quite painful, but this is not at all at the moment. We'll see how we go. Right, I'm gonna leave this a little bit. I don't know how long to leave it for, but I'm gonna go off and leave it and not hover over it. So I'll be back in a tick. Right, I've hardly left this any time at all, because while I was sort of sitting with the camera off, I've touched it and it is dry. There's nothing coming off there. So I've mixed here some white acrylic paint and a tiny amount of yellow ochre, because I didn't really want it to be white, but I do need it to be quite light. So let's have a go. Just going to put a very light coating on here. It doesn't need to be very thick at all, just enough, I believe, for a sticky surface to remove what's on the plate. And here we go, folks. Wow. Well, I've managed to get an image from there. Particularly love that writing up there. Not bad. I'm going to do another one. Anyway, I'm going to let that dry. And I need something dark on there. Do I need to clean that? I'll just leave it. Let's just have a bit of texture on there. Not cleaning the brayer this time because it's not going to hurt. Might need a little bit more paint there, I think. And this time, I don't think this one's going to work as well, so I'm not going to try that. I'm going to try this. Okay, so there's quite a lot of stuff going on there, she says. That's quite interesting artwork on the back. Pop that down. And obviously once you've used these, I mean you could probably use the back, but you can't use the painty ones. You've only got one try at it. Right. Ooh. Quite like the look of that. Right, I've got to let that dry, so I'll turn you off for a minute. Right, so that is dry, I think, and I'm doing the same again and adding a little tiny amount of yellow ochre to the white. That might even be too much. Let's see what we've got here, and again just a very thin coating of paint. I've not really got enough. Come on. There. I need to cover the plate, but just so that I can still see the image underneath, otherwise we won't be able to remove it. Let's try this. Right, what have we got? Oh, yeah, that worked pretty well, I think. Pretty decent, quite like that. Yeah, so there you go, easy peasy. Thanks Michelle, because it was Michelle who reminded me of how to do this, because as I say, it's been years since I've done it, and didn't have terribly great success rate before, but these have turned out well, and I think it's to do with the glossy magazine paper. But I'm going to have another go. I think I might just do one more. Why not? Right, I've done that. I've got this image, but I don't know if it is, if there's enough contrast, but we're going to try it and see. Oh, lovely. Don't really want that hair in there. Let's see what happens with this. So, hopefully I haven't cut his head off, but just interested to know what does work and what doesn't work, really. Because if you don't try things, you don't know. Same goes for what I did yesterday. You know, I was frustrated by the amount of cleaning, constant cleaning for like a 10-second paint, but you know, really sure. Oh, we're getting something. All right, that's not too bad, is it? Right, let's let that dry. I don't know what I could do with that bit there. What is there over that side of the page? Nothing really. Apparently there's some writing. I can see a title there. Kind of felt like putting something on there or removing some paint from there maybe. Or shall I just leave it as it is? Big decisions. Might just leave it as it is. So I have a question now. If that dries and I put some alcohol ink over the top of it, will that A, mess up the paint? What shall I do? What shall I do? Because I had a thought, because I could colour that and then take a print. Will it pull the thing off, or will it just pull the alcohol up? No, I'm not going to try that, but I might try it as another one. Let's just leave that to dry for a minute. Right, we're back in business. Same process. Just going to use a very thin coating of the white and yellow ochre. Not 100% sure we're getting it on there. Let us try that. And I think I am going to have a try at what I just said, even though I'm going to complain about the cleaning of the brayer and everything, but if you don't try something, you never know. And I like knowing things. Right, let's see if this one worked. Oh, it did, to some extent. Quite like that. I like the way you get a bit of the writing and you've got a bit of the face, you've got the zip. Yes, I'm happy with that. Right, I'm going to do the same again, but I'm just going to use a different image, obviously, and let's try that. And then I'm going to put some alcohol ink on it, and it might dissolve it, and then we'll know not to do it again. Right. There's some blue there. Right, I'm using this image here. I've pulled out some of the blank stuff that I'm not that fussed about. And I'm just going to pop that on there. What I might do is use my trusty bubble wrap. To remove some of that. Let's have a little poke and see. It is sort of doing something in places. Ew, not sure about that. Okay. Right, we're going to let her dry. And I'm going to have a clean up and I'll be back. Right, this is dry, and this is where we're going to find this either works or completely ruins what we've done. So this is the Jacquard Pinata. We're going for I was going to go for yellow, but then I saw this Senorita Magenta and I thought, oh, I cannot resist. I'm hoping that this will not remove what's under here. I don't know how much we need, so let's go. It doesn't seem to have removed what's on there, which is good. That's what I was afraid of, first of all. Okay, that has got to dry, and obviously I've got to clean my brayer and everything as well. So I'm going to leave that. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, it dries really, really quickly. Never mind. I'm going to clean my brayer and come back. Okay, moment of truth. see whether or not this works. I'm just using white this time. And right, we really need to make sure we've got a very, very thin coat here. Just going to try and remove a little more. She says, putting more on. It's a pretty colour, whatever, anyway. Right, let me plonk that down. Well, nothing like a bit of experimenting, is there? Can't say I've ever seen this done, so I'm not saying it hasn't been done, just, you know, but I've never seen it. I just thought when I saw it and after the alcohol ink play yesterday, whether or not it would work. All right, let's see. Oh. Oh. Not bad. I think you could do something with that. I think I could work on that technique anyway of using alcohol inks and acrylics. I love that. Not bad. So there you go. Learnt something new. Well, I have at least. So I've made that one. I'm not going to put it on the plate. What else did we do? This one. This one. I like the clocks a lot. And this one was my test one to see whether or not it would work at all. So, yeah, easy peasy. Image transfer, that's what I was going to say. I'm going to have to use this because I'm loving this on here. So I'm going to have a little play anyway now. But I will say goodbye to you. Have a lovely day. The sun is shining. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now. Right, I've just popped back to show you a couple of things. When I left you, there was a bit of that pinky stuff left on the jelly plate. So I put on some yellow ochre and the Payne's grey and did a kind of ombre thing. And then I used, you can't tell any of this, but I used my scrunched up plastic on the top here of the plate. And then I used my lace, and I got a much better effect with the lace because I put it on and then I rolled up a piece of kitchen paper and just used that to take the paint away and push it on. So that worked really well and it looked really good. I'd got a really crisp sort of image under there. So I let it dry and I thought, oh, I wonder if I can use any of this Hobbycraft shimmer paint. Now this is dirt cheap. It's like £3 for 300 millilitres. And I just thought, oh, I'll give it a go. And I put it on the plate on top of my image once it was dry. And I thought, that's not going to pull it because it's too, I don't know what the word is. It's kind of slimy and not enough body in it, I don't think. Anyway, it pulled off a really interesting print. Not anything like I was expecting. And you've still got some of this pinky bit in it. So then I tried again. What had I got left on the plate? You could still see a bit of the lacy stuff. So I thought, well, I'll just go in again with that shimmer paint and see what happens. And I managed to get this cool image. It looks like my fingerprints, doesn't it, down there? But I'm sure it is. But with all this kind of, I don't know, dendritic effect at the top here. So I thought, oh, that's quite cool. But it still kept leaving this bit of pink. You can see it comes out every now and again, but it will still keep leaving it. So then I thought, well, I'm not going to, I don't think I added anything else. It looks like there's a lot of paint on there. So I just put another page on and a ghost print of that. And that's what I got here. And I thought, oh, still liking that. Still like this pink coming through. And just like another really interesting print. But by the time I'd done this, you can still see the lace a bit, but you could see lace left on the plate. So I thought, well, I'm going to try one more time. So I still stuck with this shimmer paint, a very thin layer of the shimmer paint. And I put some bubble wrap on it and took that away to take some of the paint away. And that's what I got there. And even so, I love that. Still just loving that. And by the time I'd done all of this extra, that bit of pink, it was still there, but it was not coming off at all. It was just, it decided to stick on the plate, so I had to attack it with a baby wipe. But how cool are they as just like bonus backgrounds? Anyway, just thought I'd share those. And obviously these, but this is my FebruGelli day 27, 28, 27. What day is it today? Is this the last day? I've got a feeling it is. Well, I made it, if it is. If not, I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, so that's FebruGelli. Hope you enjoyed it. If you want to know anything else and it's something I can possibly help with, just drop me a line in the comments or on Instagram or somewhere, and I will do my best to help you out. Anyway, I've enjoyed jelly printing. I'm going to be putting my plate away, and yeah, that'll be me. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.